Hello, my name is Enjoli Capstone, and I will be presenting on my capstone proposal entitled Community Reintegration. So for my capstone proposal, I'm looking at senior health and well-being. My project will be research-based with the development of materials to be utilized at a skilled nursing facility. So the purpose of my project is first to support independence and successful aging. I hope to do this by examining the experiences of persons who have transitioned from skilled nursing facility to home, as well as looking at the experiences of healthcare providers on the discharge process. Within that, I hope to specifically develop a model for the discharge process for use at a skilled nursing facility and educate the staff on this model and the findings of this project. So the model that I'll be using for my project is the model of human occupation, or the MOHO. This model views behavior as a dynamic process, and there are three elements: volition, habituation, and performance capacity, and all of these shape occupational choices, as well as context. So context is also very important and plays a role on why individuals choose to participate in certain occupations. So each of these different elements, which comprise the motivation, for example, volition, is kind of the drive of why people choose occupation. Habituation looks at roles and routines and habits, and the performance capacity looks at the skills and kind of the observation and personal assessment of those skills. So I'll be using this model for my project. The value of my project to occupational therapy, occupational science, and the community as a whole can be summed up by saying that it will promote health and wellness by addressing successful aging. It will also address occupational justice by laying a foundation to help prevent occupational deprivation by getting the insights from older adults and letting their voices be heard in their needs and experiences. And I also hope that by addressing social participation, by supporting community reintegration, will also help to align with some of these our foundations of occupational therapy and this area of occupation that sometimes gets overlooked. So my project aligns well with the mission of Loma Linda University and the occupational therapy doctorate program. First, by looking at the qualitative research component and as well as program development elements of my project. It will be using a holistic approach as well as really looking at advocacy and occupational justice. I hope to give a voice to these older adults, and just by listening to them and getting their experiences to help advocate for them and their needs in the discharge process. So to describe my project, the program objectives that I specifically have are to conduct and complete a qualitative study on the discharge process and the transition to home from multiple perspectives, developing an interdisciplinary team model for discharge, as well as creating a community resource packet for the facility, and providing a staff in-service on the research findings. So I have these four objectives to really look at discharge and the transition home from skilled nursing back into their community. So looking at community reintegration in that aspect, and just on the whole process of discharge that it takes in order to get them there. So I have specific learning activities that I hope to achieve. First, to interview older adults, family members, and staff regarding community reintegration and the discharge process. I also will be observing the older adults and within their homes, in their home setting during the interview process. I will also visit the Long Beach area of commerce in order to gain some resources to create this community resource packet and to look at some other resources for us to offer to the Long Beach community seniors. I will also visit the City of Long Beach website in order to compile these resources, as well as visiting the Long Beach Senior Center for the same purpose. I also will be reviewing the rehabilitation community resources, as well as reviewing the social services resources, again to compile this community resource packet for the use of the staff members in the facility to better serve the older adults there. And so in order to assess the outcome and program effectiveness of my project, I will be conducting a post-in-service questionnaire regarding the information in the presentation, aimed at assessing the effectiveness and the knowledge that was shared and how useful or how valuable it was viewed to the staff members who will be attending the in-service in order to gauge the value of my program and presentation. And so that is the conclusion of my presentation.